Have you ever looked around the street and then you see the car that you want to buy? You go, right, I'm interested in an yellow, very specific, FJ Cruiser. You never see these cars on the road ever. You've never seen them before, but you've now gotten excited about, that's the kind of car I want to buy. All of a sudden, you look around and every car that you see, every second car you see, you go, ooh, there's an FJ Cruiser. Ooh, there's another one. And, years and years and years ago, you wouldn't have even noticed an unusual car like that. Now, the mind plays these tricks on us. Now, I'm no scientist or psychologist or anything like that, so I'm just speaking from my own personal experience and sharing my thoughts on how this brain patterning works in terms of using Microsoft Office, so Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. Welcome, my name is Analia Pisani from AZ Solutions, and I want to talk about how our mind can help us in our learning pattern. So just like that with the FJ Cruiser, you never see it. You walk past, you always look at furniture, you look at the shops, you look at whatever, you look at all different cars, and this time around you go, oh, hang on, I just noticed something that I'm interested in. And it's the same thing with Word, Excel, and Outlook. So if you're just getting orientated with, right, you've been paper-based for 500 years and there's nothing wrong with paper, I love paper, and it's a nice platform to get what's in your head out onto paper. But sometimes in your work life, you get guided into different areas and you now have to, what you used to do on paper, you now have to do electronically. Except you've never been in front of a computer. That's not your area, it's not your environment, it's not even your interest. But life moves on and you got to do it. Whether you're 20 or you're 80, it doesn't matter. We always have to learn something new. So my suggestion is, if you're needing to make that kind of a transition, I would turn on the computer and, like sticking your head in a window and having a bit of a sticky beak about something, I would treat this learning process the same, small bite-sized pieces. So I would turn on the computer and go, rightio, what's around this thing? Oh, there's a bin. All right, so there's somewhere to chuck things. Good. And then you look around, you go, oh, I think I see Outlook. I've heard people talk about Outlook and I've got to send emails, so that's a must. Rightio, I've seen the icon, I know where it is. The next thing is, okay, there's a folder there. Rightio, some yellow folder looking thing. Okay, must be some place to stick things. Rightio. And then you go, rightio, that's it. My brain's had enough. Close off, get out of it, go make yourself a cup of coffee, go talk to somebody else, go do something in the garden. And then you go, rightio, well, this isn't going to go away. I'm going to have to keep on dealing with this. So let's have another go. So whether next day, following day, you come in, let's have another sticky beak. Fire the thing up. All right. Rightio, yeah, the bin's on the left. Yep, I remember that. Yep, there's Outlook. All right, let's play with one thing. So you double click on Outlook, fire it up. Again, let's just stick our head in the window. Let's have a look around. My suggestion is look from left to right to explore. So you're in Outlook and you're checking things out. And you go, all right, there's the first thing I see. There's a button that says new, as in, new mail, new message. Rightio, that's good. And, okay, so if I don't want to chuck things, where am I going to do that? All right, somewhere on the left, there we go. There's a bin. It says delete items. So you treat it like that. Just stick your head in, get orientated. You don't even have to touch anything the first couple of times. But the more you see something, then the next time you come in is you go, oh, yep, I remembered it was on the left. Yep, I remembered that was on the right. I remember that was green. I remember that was purple. I remember, and you have these visual, flashbacks. Kind of like when you were looking around, you're interested in cars, you've never seen this FJ Cruiser, and all of a sudden you go, oh, there's an FJ Cruiser. Oh, they've got this attachment. Oh, they've got this, some other thing, the lights or whatever. So again, you're treating your Microsoft Office stuff the same way. So you look at Outlook, you look at something, you just looked, you didn't even feel like touching. And then you get out again, you go play in the garden, go talk to somebody else. Then you come back again, and then the next time you come in and the next time you come in, it's not so scary because you've seen it, you're aware of it. You start to become a little bit orientated. Don't think you have to jump in and play around for 3 hours. Like, oh my God, forget that. And think about, I just want to do one thing. I just want to press the mail thing and I want to send an email to someone, type in the email address, type in something in the subject and say hi, and then that's it. And then again, you go make yourself a cup of coffee, don't look at it for a while, come back. Just don't leave it a week in between coming to play. So make it a little project that you're going to play with Outlook, and you come into it for a little bit, do one task, and then you get out. Come into it the next day, do a different task, or see if you remember how to do the very first task. This time around, try sending an attachment or try something else. So keep, coming out and coming back in. And as you keep coming back in, you're going to be more and more orientated and less overwhelmed. And as you start building on this, you might then go, all right, yeah, did a couple of things in Outlook. What else is there? And as you start talking to people in your work environment, and they say, oh, I use Excel to do this, and this task at work. Or I use Word because I need to fill out a form. So once you open up and have conversations, then it brings to the front of your mind, just like the FJ cruise that you never saw, 20 years ago, but all of a sudden now that you're interested in it, you see it every 5 seconds. It's the same thing when you spark up conversations. So the more you talk to your co-workers about, oh, what's that? Oh, what are you using? The more you're going to, say, all right, I'll explore with Excel. I'll have a go at just sorting some information or typing in a box or, something like that. So be open to having conversations, be open to having a look at what others are using. There are lots of applications, not just Microsoft Office. There's Word, there's Excel, there's PowerPoint, there's Outlook. These are all Microsoft Office, but there's now Office 365, another thing to get your head around. So with Office 365, we have available for the web, available for the desktop, available on the mobile. Now all of a sudden you go, oh God, I just got used to getting on my seat and getting in front of a desk, and now I've got to go to the web and the mobile. So it's the same information, but it can look a tiny little bit different depending on which platform you're using it on. Then if you use Office 365, Planner is another thing that people use, or the to-do list, and there's lots of other apps. So getting in front of the desk can be overwhelming. There's a lot of toys to play with, right? So I suggest starting with one thing and then, building your exploration, bite-sized pieces. Don't feel like you have to spend a day, 3 hours. Forget time frame. It's, what do you want to play with today? A task? All right, let's do a task. You want to do an email? All right, do an email and attachment. Think of something that you need to get done or do and focus on that. All right, so hopefully that gives you some ideas and some guides as to, what you can go through, explore, and just the way our brain thinks and helps you to learn. Thank you for joining me in this session.